Hey guys, Crazy Marty here. Today we're going to talk to you about slide outs on your horse trailer. This type of slide out here happens to be a cable style. There's a cable at the top and a cable at the bottom. I'm not exactly sure. There's only like 3 manufacturers out there of these things. But one thing that you need to know about your slide out, it's not a matter of if it fails, but when it fails and how to retract it back in, because it's going to happen at the most inopportune time. So it's always good to know in advance how to make everything go in and out and what you need to do and how to do it. So if you have this style like I do, which is on a Lakota trailer, it's got a cable slide out on it. It's got the motor and everything up inside, up on top. So we're going to show you how to do it if you're in command system, which this thing has the Bluetooth in command. You can hit the button to make it go out, hit the button to make it go in on your phone, which is nice if you want to be outside when you open it, because you want to make sure you don't open it up into a tree. That would be a very bad day and you'll bend things and destroy things. So that's nice. That's a nice feature to have, but you know me, I prefer the push button. Anyways, let's go into showing you how you make this thing go about opening and closing if for some reason your in command system fails, or if your switch fails, or something of that nature. So here we are inside the bathroom, and of course, you know, depending on your trailer will determine where your in command system is located. Here is where mine is at. It's in the bathroom, in the cabinet. Okay, now that I've removed the cover, you can now see the guts of your in command system. There's some plastic cover stuff here. We just take this and pull it off. And what we're looking for is this setup right here. This is where the slide out control is. We would switch this to number 1, all right, because it only has one slide out, and then this is in and out here. So this switch makes it bypass. This bypasses the Bluetooth in case you have some kind of failure on the Bluetooth system. But if that's not it, then we can go to the manual style of putting the thing in and out. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's not too bad. It just takes a while. So here I am inside the trailer right now, and you're going to need this thing right here. If you have one, great. If not, you're going to need to come up with something like it. This is the tool that comes with the trailer, and what it is, it's got a 1/4-inch socket on there that rotates through a little cable. You can hook a drill to it, and you can run this in and out. If you don't have one of these, then you can go a different route. You need a 1/4-inch socket on a little swivelly universal with a whole bunch of extensions. I'll show you where this thing's going to go, because up in here there's a motor. Now with this type here, I mean, I could take this whole front off, which is this screw, this screw, this screw. You know, there's a bunch of screws across here, then this whole thing comes off and you can access the motor, and you can use a cordless drill. So always take a cordless drill with you, or have a socket and a whole bunch of extensions. This is something you want to practice, you know, get set up at home. I'll show you where the thing is at right now up inside. We're not going to take this off. So this is basically how we're going to test it out in the field, which I'm doing right now. So let's just get into that right now. I would suggest having one of these little folding step stools in your equipment line. It helps a lot, because it's quite a struggle to get up on top of here without it, because your motor, it's located all the way inside of here. And right there on the back of the motor is the thing we have to get to. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Right there, that little hex does what we have to turn. And here you can see I've got my 10,000 foot long extension set up on there, and I've got it connected to the back of the motor. After you have your extension and everything connected on there, you put your ratchet on here, and in a counterclockwise motion, for this one, counterclockwise makes it come in, clockwise makes it go out. So you would sit here and literally just wrench away until it's all the way in. You probably got at least a half an hour maybe of sitting there doing this, 15 minutes, I would imagine. But it's slowly moving, one little movement at a time. But this is what it takes to get it in case your system fails. Or, like I said, if you have a cordless drill, you can hook this thing up. Once you get it to a certain point, like where you can reach up in here right now, I can get a drill up in here and get it on there probably. Or if I come up with a connector, I can just take and connect this thing from the 1/4 inch to the hex the square head, and then I could put a drill on the back of here and just spin it. But this is how you do it. So it's something you'll want to practice beforehand. This way you're not out in the field, in the rain, going, how do I get this thing to close up? Because it's always going to happen when you're out in the field after a ride and a long day and you're like, I want to go home. So it's just something to practice. Make sure you have the tools on board. Keep them on board. That way you don't have to worry about it. Put them in your toolkit, whatever. So anyways, Crazy Marty. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Oh, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we'll go from there. So once again, like I said, Crazy Marty. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye-bye.
And I'll be sure and send you a postcard from freedom sometime.